Alright, welcome back everybody to the 100 Line Last Defense Academy. We are on day 90 of the slasher route. We just learned that Yugamu was getting his kicks off by chasing us. Okay. Didn't know that was a very weird, but okay. Anyways, let us continue. I am going to be sorely upset if it's not the alien controlling us. Alright. No. Also, Hiruko, you better frickin' talk up now. It's day 90. Happy ending. Happiness stopped being an option a long time ago. Oh. Anyway, I guess I should head over to the cafeteria. I need to give Yugamu some food, too. The only people left in the cafeteria were Nozomi, Hiruko, and Kyoshika. Good morning, Takumi. Morning. No sign of Tsubasa or Gaku? They might be holed up in their rooms out of paranoia. Maybe, but I hope not. We still haven't worked out our strategy for Dalxia. There's so much to think about that my brain feels like it's going to boil over. Neither of them were wearing their regular clothes. The same went for me. We'd had a little discussion before going our separate ways yesterday. At the end of it, we decided to wear our class armor, or artificial class armor in Nozomi's case, all day from now on. If everything Yugamu told us was the truth, the killer was still out there somewhere. If they're not even showing up on the life sign total, they might even be... Before I could finish that thought, I heard footsteps outside in the hall. Tsubasa burst into the cafeteria, breathless and with a grim look on her face. Tsubasa? What's got you in such a hurry? I just woke up and checked the life sign count. It's gone down to 6. Huh? The only ones missing were Gaku and Yugamu, which meant... Let's search the school. We'll start with the nearby rooms. Everybody stick together. We systematically opened every door in the school, making sure nothing was out of place. No more. I'm sick of it. I've had enough to spare for one lifetime. My heart was screaming with each door we opened. In the end, my prayers would go unanswered. Probably your fault anyway. Inside the library, we found the blood-soaked remains of Gaku Maruko, his body sliced to ribbons. An unpleasant stench of blood emanated from his mangled corpse. The blood loss in this makes me crazy. Takumi just got beheaded! Slowly, the world turned gray. It felt like my emotions died with Gaku. If Gaku's been killed, that means Yugamu's still alive. Let's make sure there's no sign he broke out of the room. We need to look for the power saw, too. So Takumi, how are you so composed? Gaku's been killed! Oh, are you being serious right now? I'm not trying to sound heartless. I just want this to be over. Let's take him to the morgue. Help me out. Wait. Before we do that, look here. The signs of a struggle. Hiruko pointed to the nearby bookshelf. This shelf is way out of position, and there's books on the ground. Someone must have moved it intentionally. Maybe Gaku bumped into it while he's fighting the killer? No, there's multiple gouge marks on the back of the shelf. That's not natural. What do you mean? It's highly likely that Gaku hid the power saw and suit here. He must have gotten in a fight over them with the killer, resulting in these gouges. I see, so that's why he was killed here. And the power saw and suit got taken again. Maybe someone here has them? You're suspecting us now? It wasn't me. Can you prove that your hands are clean before pointing fingers, Lady Tsubasa? Enough. Suspecting each other serves no purpose. I don't know, I think it does. Hiruko and I lifted Gaku's body in silence. The others came to help soon after, but no one felt like talking. What's the 18 door? After bringing Gaku to the morgue, we went to the room where Yugamu was locked up. Yugamu's eyes went wide upon hearing the news of Gaku's murder. Then he just stared down at the floor. There were no signs that he'd left the room, but our suspicion of one another was only growing. Our worst-case scenario just keeps finding ways to get worse, and there's no stopping it now. Too bad we don't have zombies this time.
総員何度も言ってるけどさあ
I survived another night, I guess. I let out a deep sigh after making sure my heart was still beating. It wouldn't surprise me if I was the next victim. If they'd just kill me too. I was taken aback by the words that left my lips. What was I saying? I need to switch gears. I'll go to the cafeteria. It's just you, Hiruko?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's decided to eat in their rooms. Well, I figured this would happen. I assembled a light meal on my tray and sat in front of Hiruko. We were silent. The only sound in the cafeteria was the quiet clatter of our dishes. Then Hiruko calmly looked me in the eye.
私、殺されたことがあるの。それも何度も。
Huh?
スミノがタイムリープしたのと同じように、私も違う歴史にいたって言ったらわか
Okay,
る。
that would make sense.
待ってくれ。急にそんな話。
Hiruko experienced something like I did? It was all so sudden that I couldn't follow. She didn't seem to be joking, but... I remember everything about the past I saw. Not that it's a pleasant memory. Is that what you've been hiding? The memories came to me on day 3. I was killed, and I remember what I said at the end. Clear as day.
この歴史も失敗だった。他のタイムラインと同じだった。そもそもみんなでこの学園に居続けたことが間違いだったのかもしれない。全員でこの学園から立ち去るべきだったのかも。私はもう一度やり直す。
What's her power?
何度でも。そして全ての忌まわしい歴史に終止符を打つ。
Okay, Steins Gate. Speaking of, go watch my visual novel dub. It's amazing. Everyone is so talented.
いつか必ず絶対に。
静原は歴史を繰り返し続けている。何度も失敗しながら。
この学園にいたらまた同じ歴史が繰り返されると思った。だからそれを阻止したくて黒板にカラースプレーで警告をしたのよ。
もしかしてあの脅迫文。
そう、私が書いたの。
Huh. I wonder which timeline she came from then. I wanted to tell you sooner. That's why I asked you to meet me that night. The day Hiruko asked me to see her, Nozomi wanted to talk to me that night too. But then Yugamu showed up, so I couldn't say anything. After that, I lost my nerve. I couldn't do it.
今まで隠してたのに。どうして俺だけに話してくれたんだ。
それは私のエゴだと思う。
Of course you do.
静原。
ごめんなさい。
Okay. Yeah, just leave now. Don't tell us anything more. Of course. Whatever. With that, Hiruko left to the cafeteria, carefully avoiding making eye contact with me. How can you be time leaping? I had no idea what she had to apologize for, but one thing was clear enough. She seems like she's hurting. She'd been holding this all by herself. Memories of a brutal series of events. After seeing vulnerability in Hiruko for the first time, I couldn't bring myself to push her any further. I was worried she might break. I bet Takumi's doing it too, he just doesn't have reading Steiner. Since we're going full Steins Gate here.
みんな
The announcement changed. I guess the countdown will begin soon. We've got more problems than just the invaders now. It had been another day of almost no progress. We still hadn't solved our Dalxier problem, but there were too many other things to worry about. I can't believe Hiruko time traveled too? But looking back, the things she said and did that hadn't made sense before all added up now. What happened in the timeline she lived through? And why bring it up now? I'm always a few steps behind. Oh, my head hurts. Unable to get my thoughts in order, I gave up and closed my eyes. He keeps saying his head hurts, so he probably does have the ghee in him. Before long, I fell asleep. Also, there's lots of dead people now, so
総員
the other ghee would be, ghee. Teamwork I've cultivated with my allies? Is that supposed to be satire? I guess I'll go to the cafeteria. Someone might be there. Really so? Totally right? Just as I left my room, I could hear Kyoshka and Tsubasa talking in the distance. Kyoshka seems to be excitedly telling Tsubasa something. I wonder what. Did something else happen? So Takumi, perfect timing. Can you come with us? Huh? Wait, where are we? Just hurry!
扉が
The door. I came to bring Sayugamu's meal, but then...
中に入ろう。
Blarg. We opened the broken door and saw Yugamu covered in blood, face down and lifeless.
面影
Yeah, of course, I expected as much. Just like everyone else before him, his body was sliced to ribbons. Hiruko Nozomi, you're here. Yeah, we were the first to hear the news from Kyoshka. You can probably tell, but he's lost all his cryptoglobin. We can't revive him. Let's get him to the morgue right away. I feel bad leaving him like this. Right. We need to make a grave marker as well. No one lost their composure anymore. No tears flowed. Even the anger was gone. We just accepted the death of our friend and dealt with it matter-of-factly. We were used to this now. The death of Yugamu was just another part of our day. So, did she live through all the other timelines then? I don't want to do anything. Laying listlessly in bed, I suddenly realized it was long past bedtime. Invaders? Humanity? Whatever. I just want this to be over already. Just then, I felt a familiar presence I hadn't felt in a while. I sat up and there he was, standing in the corner of my room. I knew it. It's been a while. Right. I guess it has been for you. Huh? What do you mean by that? I've been watching you all this time. I know what's happened. But you must not remember. Yeah, you might have been watching us, but we haven't been able to see you. What do you need anyway? Did you find some kind of clue about the killer? Unfortunately, even I'm not sure what's going on or why. No matter what happens, all I can do is watch over you. Nothing more. Is that what you came here to tell me?
ごめんね。
I'm sorry I couldn't save
君
you.
を助けられなくて。
With a sad look on his face, the undying flame boy abruptly vanished. What's up with him? Unwilling to frustrate myself thinking about it, I pulled the blanket over myself and closed my eyes. I wanted to forget reality, to forget everything and find refuge in sleep. The morning announcement hadn't played yet. The sun was only just coming up. And right on cue. The sound. An enemy attack? Is Dalxia finally here? But we don't have any plan for dealing with him at all. Damn it, I'm just gonna have to go. I dashed out of my room and ran as fast as I could and headed to the war room. Dalxia has come, but the alarm sounded this time. It really startled me. Looks like he brought some minions with him. This fight is going to be harder than last time. We have fewer numbers and no plan. We're just going to have to go for it, do or die. Wait, about that, we do have one strategy we can use. Huh? Remember that external storage device we recovered from that invader? Well, I finished analyzing the data on it. No one mentioned anything to me about an external storage device. Luckily, the data survived and I was able to retrieve some confidential information. I learned a lot. I'll spare you the details, but I used that knowledge to develop a bioweapon. That sounds familiar.
調べてみると部隊長の DNA には明らかに普通の人間とは違う妙な細胞があってね。
I like once everybody else dies, Tsubasa like becomes the mechanic and like bioengineer
そ
weapon
の細
person.
胞を攻撃する毒薬の調合に成功したんだ。部隊長のみに有効な生物兵器と言えるだろうね。
Once I understood the cell's weak point, I figured I should get to work on something. Nozomi helped me out. Lady Nozomi, why? Because Tsubasa asked me to. It's not much, but I do have some experience with medicinal research. I'm the ideal candidate for working on a poison that affects cryptoglobin, because I don't have much of it myself. We did make a poison that Nozomi tricked a commander into consuming during my previous 100 days here, but... what's the plan this time? We turn the poison into a gas and have Dalxia breathe it in. We've made a trap we can place. We can position it and activate it anytime using a remote control. I'm going to find a place to set this. Once it's in place, I'll need you to get him to stop near it. We'll activate it once everyone's gotten some distance. That should be enough to get him to inhale the poison. Can we pull it off with the small group we have now? We'll just have to try. It's better than standing around and getting killed. You're right. It's very much worth trying. But why didn't you say anything before? Because of the whole killer thing. I kept the info under wraps as a precaution. And I wasn't sure it would even work out. It was a gamble. Thank you both so much. Now we just have to find a way to make this work. Yeah, let's do this. I don't want to have any regrets.
Yosh!
Forget about everything else and give it everything you've got. It's time for a defensive battle! Woo! We did do a one similar, but this one might be different enough? Oh, let's see. I thought you didn't want to use the minions because you didn't want to do... you don't like them.
まずはあいつの動きを止めるんだ。
Ooh. Oh. Oh, we can skip this battle? Okay, I'll skip this battle. Yeah, this looked familiar. We have used poison traps before. I was just confused because like it popped up on the screen like we hadn't used them before. But maybe we didn't like place them down and maybe now we can place them down.
やった、聞いてるみたいだよ。全員総攻撃を仕掛けるでござる。待って、まだ周囲に毒ガスが残ってる。追撃したら私たちにもダメージが来るわよ。それならあいつとの決着は後回しにして、まずは周囲の敵を片付けよう。
みんな一気に畳みかけるぞ。
そろそろ決着の時か。生き残るのはわしかお前たちか。その答
I
え
don't
を
understand this guy,
せ
because if he really hates V so much, why is he fighting at all? I don't get it. He doesn't even seem to care about his brother, apparently. I don't get it.
よくぞ。
We're amazing! And now he's like using minions when he said he didn't want to use minions. Also beheading us. You're going against your own morals, dude. Woo! Kata!
負けたか。ついにわしが砕ける時が来たか。だがわしの全力は尽くした。
I miss the zombies!
無様な最後だな。
He stamped on the commander's desiccated corpse with a sneer.
くそ、みんな攻撃準備だ。
まあ待て、そう焦るな。私最後の戦いにふさわしい催しを準備している。私が神となるための儀式だ。貴様らとの決着はその時だ。
なんだよそれ。
安心しろ、その時は近い。貴様らも楽しみに待つがいい。私という神が誕生する瞬間をな。
With that declaration, V turned and left. Honestly, after seeing her walk away, I felt relieved. Yee! We have lots of points. Everything hurts. I was resting in bed, recovering from our long, brutal battle. We'd managed to defeat Dalxia somehow, but the time to settle things with V was getting closer. Our only option is to fight. I know that, but even if we beat V and manage to survive, what do we have left to live for? Suddenly, the faces of all our dead friends flashed through my mind. Was there really any point to playing out the rest of this worst-case scenario? No, I have to stop thinking about this. My head is starting to hurt again. I'm sleepy too, so that might be from all the fighting. It's too early to sleep, but I don't have any appetite either. I'll just rest here. Deciding to abandon all thought, I pulled up the blankets and curled into a ball. Eventually, I passed out like a light. Somebody else is dead because your head hurt.
Oh.
Join hands with my comrades? There's only 5 of us left. The pointless complaint left my mouth before I could stop it. On top of that, my body still hurt. The exhaustion from yesterday's battle wasn't gone yet. Now I need to get up. Otherwise, the whole day will go by while I'm in bed. I pushed myself to get out of bed, getting ready for the day. Maybe somebody's in the cafeteria. I should go see. Huh? Is that? The moment I stepped out of my room, I saw Tsubasa, Nozomi, and Hiruko all standing stock still. Kyoshka? I told you his head hurt. The ghee. The ghee. What are they looking at? I followed their gazes until... The ghee is getting restless. That's the door to Kyoshka's room. You can't be serious. Kyoshka! Why does everybody get nice rooms with like ornaments and posters? I hurried into a room, already half suspecting what I'd find inside.
嘘だろ。
Kyoshka's corpse was laid on the floor with a tormented expression, her body shredded like all the others.
キョシカちゃんが。
The others had followed me into the room, now stunned by the wretched scene before them. It's just like what happened to Yugamu. The killer broke down the door with a power saw and killed her. Wait, wouldn't we be able to hear someone breaking down a door with a power saw? Now that you mention it. I saw Kyoshka in the cafeteria last night. We went back to the roof together. So, I think she must have been killed after that. When was that exactly? I think it was around 9 p.m. When we met in the cafeteria, we had a late dinner because of the defensive battle. We got back to our rooms after 10. I went to sleep right away. I was already sleeping before 9. I didn't wake up until morning. I was really sleepy yesterday too. I went to bed early, but... How did we not hear anything? Even if we were tired from the fight, the sound of a door being sawed down would have been fairly loud. Kyoshka would have gotten up and ran if she heard it. The more I think about it, the less it adds up. Let's think about this more later. For now, I'd rather do something with the body. Yeah, you're right. Let's do that. After we brought Kyoshka to the morgue and made a small gravestone, we gathered in the cafeteria. The life sign count is down to 4. There's so few of us left. Yeah, it's sad, but I don't know what we should do. I couldn't think of anything to say. I'm too depressed myself to cheer anyone else up. I'm just one big mess of a confusion. By the way, what are you up to, Hiruko? I just wanted to check on something. Hiruko seemed to be inspecting the water cooler in the cafeteria. Is there something off about it? Looks fine to me. I'm curious about what's inside. Tsubasa, could you lend me a hand? Huh? What do you need? We're going to find out what's in the water. All of you, come to the biolab. With that, Hiruko exited the cafeteria with a cup of water in hand. And soon after, Nozomi and I just stood in silence as we watched Tsubasa and Hiruko at work. I was curious about what they were doing, but I didn't want to interrupt. Just then, Tsubasa raised her head in shock. No way! I knew it. What is it? What did you find? We detected sleep medicine in the water from the cooler. Sleep medicine? The slow-acting kind, too. It takes time to kick in after being ingested. You mean the reason we didn't wake up last night is... Because we drank this drugged water. Someone laced it in advance. So they went after Kyoshka knowing the drug would keep us asleep. That explains why I was so unusually sleepy. They really will go to any lengths to kill us. I told you, right? This killer enjoys killing. Taking their time plucking us off one by one is just more fun for them. I suddenly remembered what Takumi had said. They're killing us off one by one, savoring each kill. No, it can't be them. Takumi, what's wrong? Nothing, sorry, never mind. He thinks it's Eito. Eito. And then there were 4. I could very well be next. All I can do is hold on to this terror and wait for the time to pass. 5 days left until day 100. What kind of ending awaits us then? Good question. Worse than the comedy route, apparently.
Soin!
Everyone but Eito survived the comedy route. Fish heads and all. Ugh, morning already. I sat upright and barely managed to drag my heavy body out of bed. I should head to the cafeteria. Gotta make sure everyone's okay. When I got to the cafeteria, Hiruko was eating alone. Morning, Hiruko. Have you seen Tsubasa and Nozomi? Yeah, just now. Everybody's okay this morning. That's good. I can't let my guard down, but at least I can rest easy for a minute. Feeling like I could get a leisurely breakfast in peace, I approached the ration-o-matic, but... Huh? There's nothing I want to eat. This feeling again. I'm hungry, but nothing appeals to me. What's the matter? Oh, nothing big. I'm hungry, but I can't find anything I want to eat. I'm sure it'll go away in time. I'll just have a protein shake or something. Takumi, I want you to go somewhere with me. Huh? Right now? Hiruko gave a small nod. Follow me. If you trust me, that is. Hiruko brought me to our friend's resting place, the morgue. Before me were the remains of all the people who we'd lost to the killer. It's interesting that in the morgue, the clock is telling us how many days are left. But in the other rooms, it says like 95. This was maybe the last place I wanted to be. Why did Hiruko bring me here? 11 people were killed by the killer, including the commander we took prisoner. But there's a clear difference between them. There is? It might be hard to tell, but look closely at their wounds. With that, Hiruko rearranged the bodies one by one. Major arteries? I mean, what do you notice about their injuries? Well, they're sliced clean. They're pretty deep because of the power saw. Look here next. There's an X on all of them? I don't know. Come, take a good look and tell me what you see. Huh? Just like the others, the next body was riddled with wounds that dug deep into the flesh. At a glance, they all looked the same, but looking closely, I realized something was different. Huh? The wounds on this one are messy stabs. Right. The power saw isn't the killer's only weapon. What? These wounds were likely caused by a dagger or something similar. Why would they use different weapons? That's all I can tell you. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself. Hey, Hiruko! With that, Hiruko turned and left the room. What? What does it all mean? Back in my room, I was thinking hard in bed. Something was bothering me. A dagger? I know I've seen something like that somewhere. My gaze wandered in search of an answer until I landed on my desk drawer. Of course, a dagger. I remember. The diary in the drawer. Knew it. The killer in this diary had the same kind of weapon. I'd thought this diary was a work of fiction, or more accurately, that was what I wanted to believe. But it didn't seem like mere coincidence. Does the killer from this diary exist in real life?
じゃあこの日記は誰がいつ書いたんだ。殺人鬼はいつから存在してる。
Hiruko must have figured out the truth, but she avoided giving me a straight answer. Is there some reason she feels like she can't talk to me? I don't understand any of this. Uh-oh. His head hurts. Someone's gonna die. Bye-bye. Tsubasa? Maybe? Hiruko seems integral to this plot, so probably Tsubasa. What time is it? I pried open my heavy lids to look at the clock. It was just before noon. Right, I spent all day yesterday deep in thought. I must have passed out. I feel like I slept too much, but there's no sense in dwelling on it. I should get ready. I left my room, but all I did was stroll around the school, never coming across anyone. We were all keeping to ourselves, unsure of who the killer could be. I wonder where Hiruko is. I wanted to continue our conversation from yesterday about the killer's weapons.
Oh,
She didn't seem to be in her room. Maybe I'll find her in the cafeteria? Oh, maybe Hiruko's dead. I was thinking out loud, walking the halls until... Oh, never mind. Takumi? Hiruko, you scared me. I was just about to go looking for you. Me? What for? It's about our discussion yesterday. I want you to tell me what it means. I've thought about it, but I just can't get the pieces to come together. You figured it out, right? Fine. Come with me. Hiruko took me to the classroom where she'd once written that threatening message. Do you remember when Yugamu got the killer's suit and power saw? I'm pretty sure it was the day Moko was killed, day 43. Right. Moko's wounds came from that power saw, which means Yugamu picked it up after she was killed. In other words, after killing Moko, the killer lost their suit and weapon for whatever reason. But they had the opportunity to get them back. When do you think that could have been? After we caught Yugamu and took the things from him. Gaku said he was going to hide them? The killer threatened Gaku into showing them where the power saw was hidden. The library. Then the two of them got into a scuffle, and Gaku was killed. With the stolen power saw. Basically, from day 43 until day 89, the killer didn't have those items on them. The people killed during that time were... Takamaru, Kurara, Shoma Darumi, Ima, and Kako. You saw the wounds on their bodies, right?
oh.
They were all killed with something like a dagger, because the killer didn't have the power saw. None of you noticed. You thought Yugamu was the killer even though he was just impersonating them. When did you realize this? When we found Takamaru's body. I noticed the wounds on his body weren't like Ava and Moko's, but I couldn't say anything. Why not? Because that would mean the real killer and the person we saw in the suit Yugamu were two different people. What's the problem with that? They were two different people. If you just told us, we might have been able to save everybody that got killed after Takamaru. Don't you think I know that? But still, I couldn't tell you. Why not? Because if everyone knew there was both a killer and an imposter.
それまでの殺人鬼を目撃した人のアリバイが崩れてしまうじゃない。そうしたら犯人候補になってしまうから、だから言えなかったのよ。
おい
Hiruko. Hiruko looked down, turned on her heel, and ran away. I see. After that, I tried looking for her, but time just ticked away as I searched aimlessly. I couldn't get over what she'd said. Was she covering for someone? Me. That would mean she was trying to hide the true identity of the killer. Well, ghee me. But why would she do that? Was she connected to them somehow? Why? I have a bad feeling about this. Let it be Takumi, because the other few routes it hasn't been Takumi, and I just... Oh, I want that. Not because I want Takumi to be evil, I just want the twist. It was day 97. A new day was beginning. But there I was, still lying in bed. What are we supposed to do with just the four of us? We still have to fight V. We're anything but united. I haven't seen Nozomi in 2 days. I don't know what I should do anymore. The situation has everyone completely exhausted. We're doing everything we can just to keep sane.
助けてくれよ、静原。
I was calling her name without even realizing it. Then I let my listless body sink further into the bed and slowly closed my eyes. Wait, did nobody die when our head hurt? Hang on. Head hurt. Huh? What the heck? I suddenly woke up to the sound of my door being pounded furiously. Huh? Nozomi? Her voice sounded desperate. I rushed over to open the door. And there she was, her face pale. What's wrong? What is it? Please come with me. Huh? Where? Nozomi didn't answer. She just silently walked off. I matched that silence as I walked with her. Which one? There's nothing inside of me but dread, but I can't run away. I was brought to the metal shop. Inside I saw... Wait. If she's been dead for a while, then it could have been what our head hurt. Tsubasa was face down, not breathing, her body covered in cuts. One glance at the profuse quantity of blood was enough to tell me we couldn't bring her back. I found her. The lights had been on in here for a while, so I took a look inside. Hiruko! All I did was find her. That said, I know none of us can prove our alibis. Hey, if the killer really is one of us, why don't we search all of our rooms? We should be able to find the murder weapon that way. Then we'll know who's really doing this. There's no guarantee they're hiding it in their room. Besides, what if the killer is deliberately hiding it in someone else's room? Huh? You mean to frame someone else? I'm just throwing out suggestions. But it's not impossible. We wouldn't be able to say it was definite proof in that case. Let's get her out of here. Once we were done transporting Tsubasa to the morgue, we immediately went our separate ways. Only 3 of us left. The killer was probably laughing at us. I wonder what they felt when they saw us suffer in despair like this. Even when Eito was alive, though, he waited for the last day to kill everyone. What time is it? I woke up feeling suffocated. My heavy eyelids opened to see that it was already bright outside. Hate night sweats. Last night, I barely had time to change out of my armor and take a shower before falling asleep exhausted. My clothes were uncomfortable and soaked in sweat. I must have had a rough sleep. Guess I'll take another shower. Grabbing a towel, I stepped into the bathroom. I immediately noticed something unusual. Huh? What? Oh, It's okay, Takumi. It's probably the alien inside your brain. I looked down at the bathroom floor to see a puddle of crimson liquid. Is this blood? Here? How? Where did it come from? Panicked, I looked up at the ceiling where I saw red droplets dripping from the gaps in the ventilation panel. My heart leapt furiously the moment I laid eyes on the uncanny sight. What is this? What's in there? Oh my god. I gingerly removed the panel, trying to keep my heart from pounding out of my chest. Ghee! The moment I saw what was inside my throat felt like it was closing up. It was the blood-soaked suit of the killer and the power saw, and a dagger and a raincoat I've never seen before. No. Why would these be here? Who put these here and when? Don't tell me! Maybe the killer really did hide the weapons in my room, just like Hiruko said. Or it's the ghee. I need to tell Hiruko and Nozomi. Tell them and then what? Would they really believe me? More importantly, if I hide this stuff somewhere else, wouldn't that stop any further killings? Right. There are only 2 days left. If I can just keep these out of the way. Yeah, don't tell people. I stuffed them all into a trash bag and put them under my clothes at the back of the closet. Now, I just need to get through 2 more days. I don't understand if it is the ghee. Why the other one isn't making them zombies. For a while, I couldn't find the will to do anything. The weapons and suit I'd found in the bathroom had made me uneasy. I feel like I'm going to go insane if I stay by myself. Standing up on unsteady feet, I left my room. It was already dark out. In a haze, I began to walk without any real destination. I found myself in the schoolyard. I sat down on a bench in the corner looking up at the sky. The infinitely extending sky and its glittering stars that once moved me so much. It didn't make me feel anything anymore. I sat there in a daze until suddenly I sensed someone drawing closer. Hiruko. Hiruko stood before me in silence. Her face illuminated by the moonlight looked incredibly calm. I felt like I was being drawn to it.
なあ、静原。
Huh?
少しの間だけでいいから、そばにいてくれないか。
Hiruko didn't answer. Instead, she leaned in close. Aww. She cradled my head, wrapping it in gentle warmth. I could smell something familiar, a sweet, mellow aroma. Was this scent lavender? I could hear her heart beating. It was comfortable, as if all my anxieties had simply vanished into thin air.
大丈夫。大丈夫だから。
Comforted by her sweet voice, my heart began to hurt. Intense, uncontrollable emotions were welling up inside of me. This was how I always felt towards Karuha. But this time, it wasn't her making me feel this way. This time...
俺、静原のこと。
For one moment in this hellish, hopeless existence, I felt happy. I don't feel it. Not like Tsubasa. All I want to do is bask in this afterglow. We didn't say anything as we huddled together under the night sky. If Hiruko knows where we have an alien in our brain, if that's what it is, then boo on her. That's all I gotta say. And all of this is really her fault. Because we are possessed. Whether that's Eito or alien, Takumi is not at fault here. At last, it was day 99. It happened before the usual morning announcement. The intruder alert blared throughout my room. Oh, she's finally here. Late. I was so composed that I even surprised myself. I don't know what the three of us are going to be able to do, but there's nowhere we can run. Oh, I really liked the zombie attack. It was really funny. We just have to do this. I guess this is our final battle. If we're all set, let's get right to it. Wait, before we do, there's something I have to give you. Huh? This is a bioweapon that will boost our strength. It was in the metal shop. Did Tsubasa make this? Yeah. It was her last gift to us. We should be able to do some serious damage to V with this. We can't waste it. Tsubasa, thank you. We'll make good use of this. Let's go. All that's left is to do whatever we can. I accepted Tsubasa's memento and took a step forward, but... truthfully, I felt empty. Even if we beat V, could we call whatever ending awaits us a happy one? Doubtful. I felt like a robot designed solely to defeat the approaching enemy. Might be true. Despite the heavy atmosphere hanging over us, we made our way toward our final defensive battle. Will we have to fight this? I don't know, we didn't have to fight the last one. I missed the zombies! That was so funny. That was the best outcome. Oh! Wow, I forgot what fighting is like. Wait, why am I using an attack potion right now?
俺に任せろ。ひゃっ、行くぞ。もっと強く行くぞ。
I don't even think Hiruko can reach it, honestly. She just doesn't have the best speed.
さあ始めるわ。
Yeah, see? She can't even reach it.
砕け散りなさい。さあ始めるわ。これはどう？仕掛けるわ。邪魔。もう壊れちゃ。さあ始めるわよ。死になさい。仕掛けるわよ。これはどう？
Actually pretty good. No! Oh, wait, what? When did you guys appear? What? When did you guys appear?
任せて。直すよ。
ありがとう。行くぞ。そこだ。やった。俺に任せろ。もっと強く行くぞ。ひゃっ、 行
Once
くぞ。
again, I don't think that I can reach.
せい、行くぞ。食らえ。
Oh, I'm just slowly,
いつでも行ける。
slowly walking towards them.
ひゃっ、よし、いつでも行ける。行くぞ。
出番のよ。たまらないわ。
行くぞ。はあ、出番だな。食らえ。
It's been a while since I've had to fight. V was calmly walking towards us as if she owned the place. The moment I saw her, my heart started to race like it never had raced before. It was as if the hemoanima, the cryptoglobin inside my body, was responding to her as she approached. Then she stopped right in front of us as we all stood on guard.
楽な死に方ができると思うなよ。貴様らの力も神の再臨の力もすべて私のものだ。すべて偉大な私が食らってやる。
Actually, you know what? She might actually do more damage.
出番のよ。仕掛ける。
Except she's slow.
さあ
Let's see how much she does.
砕け散りなさい。
7.
いつでも行ける。
And he does 6. Yeah. Well, actually,
使うよ。いつでも行ける。はあ、
a little upset that she doesn't
出番のよ。
hit her own minions, but
いつでも行けるわ。
いつでも行ける。
の一撃で
See what I mean? He just has like a nice big area attack where his is like just like a little box. 19 damage.
任せて。サポートするよ。
礼を言う。俺に任せろ。はあ。
出番のようね。これはどう？
We gotta give her some
始めるわよ。
defense
使わせてもら
potion.
う。出番のようね。これね。
準
Give
備でき
me
てるよ。
some defense potions.
任せて。準備できてるよ。使うよ。
And I guess we
私の番だ
might
ね。
as it's been a long time since I've used these. We might as well put up some traps
準備できてるよ。
too.
さあ、行くわよ。使わせてもらうわ。出番のようね。
Been a very long time since I've used these traps. I haven't really had to.
行くぞ。
Probably don't necessarily have to here either, but whatever.
これだ。
使わせてもらうわ。また慣れるわ。侵略。
Oh wait, wasn't there like a?
始めるわ。
準備できてるよ。
Hold on.
いつでも行けるわ。食らい出す。さあ、始める
See,
わ。
Takumi does more
行くぞ。
more voltage.
行くぞ。ひゃっ。
Oh, never mind. That was it. Now we're gonna use the mine, I guess.
思ったよりも粘るじゃないか。邪悪な侵略者の分際が。
Huh?
何度殺されても生き返って戦い続けるとは実に哀れな存在だね。だがそれでいい。貴様らが簡単に死んでは興ざめだ。何度も何度も地獄を味わわせてやる。
Now detransformed, V looked entirely unbothered, seemingly enjoying toying with us.
スミノ。
Hiruko looked over to me. I knew what she was trying to tell me. We had an ace up our sleeve and only one opportunity to use it. V was fully convinced the invaders were going to win. This was our chance to turn it around.
徐々に絶望に染まっていく貴様らの表情、じっくり見せてもらうとしようか。
Shove it in her mouth.
させるか。
何の音だ。
I activated the device, expelling a massive quantity of poison that rained down on V's body.
なんだこ
I
れは。
love cocky people getting what they deserve.
体が動かない。
よし、聞いてるよ。
おのれ、邪悪な侵略者どもめ。
お前の負けだ。弟子です。
私は貴様らを殺し。
I prefer the zombies. The zombies will forever, thus far, be my favorite death of V. My favorite. So good. was so funny. That was a letdown. Is this really how it ends? Yeah, it doesn't seem real.
Oh.
We'd won our battle against V. We were the victors in this final showdown with the invaders. But I couldn't truly smile. We'd strayed so far from the ending I'd been imagining. We still have one day left anyway. Keep your guard up until the end. We're gonna kill Hiruko. We dragged our battle-worn bodies back to the school and parted ways. Between the deaths of our friends and knowing the killer was still hiding somewhere, I had so many emotions I hadn't fully processed. To hell with it. There's no salvation in my future. Our 99th day at Last Defensive Academy came to a close, and finally... It's either Ato or an alien, which both are technically aliens. A new day had begun, the final day. Day 100. I made it all this way. I didn't feel joy, anger, or sadness. I just accepted reality as it was. When I stepped outside, the stars were still shining and a pleasant breeze was blowing. It's hard to believe this place is going to launch a huge missile strike in a few hours. Once the final attack starts, humanity will be the victors in this war. But who cares about that? What about the killer? We never figured out who it was. Didn't he suspect himself? Like when he thought Ato or whatever? Because if everyone knew there was both a killer and an imposter.
それまでの殺人鬼を目撃した人のアリバイが崩れてしまうじゃない。
Yeah, our alibi. Wait. Does that mean... No, it can't be. Suddenly, a violent pain... It has to be the ghee. Ripped through my head so intense it felt like my brain was being split in half. It's the ghee. That's the only thing that makes sense. But then why the other one didn't activate? Maybe it's dead already? Who's there? An unfamiliar voice echoed in my mind, threatening to consume my very consciousness. What is this? What the hell is going on? Shut up. Stop it! Oh, please. I can't with the alien stuff. I can't. I really can't with the alien stuff. Takumi, what's wrong? Stay back. Run. Run away. Oh, God. Please don't have an alien pop out of his head. Please. I can't. Like, literally the worst. So we run. Takumi question mark? No, stop. Why can't I stop? My body is rampaging out of control. I'm trying so hard to resist, but I can't do a thing. If I don't do something, then... I don't want to kill. I only remember fragments of what happened next. Suddenly, I found myself wearing the killer's suit and holding the power saw. That voice from before was endlessly commanding me to kill, and I answered the call. I was on the hunt for Hiruko and Nozomi, and then... Are they gonna make me choose? Stop it! Stop it! My body turned the power saw on. The two girls, despite every fiber of my being, fighting against it. Nozomi was trembling with fear and shock on the verge of tears. I tried so hard to put distance between us, but my body did the exact opposite. Please, you have to run away from me. He'll get us both if we don't do something. We need to split up. Wait.
殺してやる。
Well, alright. We're going with the Hiruko route, so I guess we're going with Nozomi. Hey! My control is opposite. Is literally opposite. Like if I press right, it goes left. That's interesting. It's gotta be the ghee, right? Like, we were introduced to that. Very confusing. I hate when my controller is like opposite directions. Very confusing.
隅野くんだったんだ。みんなを騙して、殺して。
No, I'm pretty sure he has an alien in his brain. Wait, and might I remind you, the alien is Gaku and Darumi's fault. So let's go back to that.
どうして？ひどいよ。信じてたのに。
Don't kill her. Get away from Nozomi! No matter how hard I resisted, my body didn't budge an inch. I'd lost all control over it. Please, no! Don't kill her! No! I can't remember what the ghee sounded like, but I'm almost positive. Good job, Gaku! It all comes back around to you and Darumi and your stupid butts. I vividly felt the sensation of the power saw cutting into Nozomi's body. I killed her. I stood rooted to the spot in a daze, covered in my victim's blood. Suddenly, a forceful impact connected with the back of my head, and I fell to the ground. I could see a wrench on the ground. In my haze, I realized it had been thrown at me. Who could have... No, I already knew. There was only one survivor left. I wonder if you go for Hiruko if she stops you. I woke up struggling to breathe, discovering my body had been restrained with a rope. So you're finally awake. Hiruko. And you seem to be yourself again. Well, now. Come to think of it, I can move my body on my own volition again. What was that back there? Do you know what's happening to me, Hiruko? The missiles will be fired soon. I'll explain You know? If you know, you are seriously fucked up. All of it. Who the killer is and everything they've done. Does this mean the killer is...
あなたのことよ。司令を壊したのも、13人の仲間たちを殺したのも、隅野なの。
Wait. Sade was killed before any of the bouts happened. Okay. Tell me why. Is it Eito or ghee? What are you talking about? That's not... I know you want to wear. Your conscience is clean. But 13 people still died at your hands, even if you weren't aware of it. I did this? Oh, that can't be right. I first noticed something was strange with you on day 16. Day 16? That's the day you were attacked by the killer in the biolab, right? Yes, but the one who cornered me in the lab, it was you, Takumi. You literally could have tied him up. You could have tied him up. And you... Wait, was that before the ghee or after? I think it was before. Oh, I can't remember. No, wait, I didn't do that. I believe it was around 11 p.m. I couldn't sleep, so I was walking around the school by myself. I saw you in the hallway on the second floor.
No.
Me? The night of day 16, you had a kitchen knife in your right hand. Something was off about your eyes and the way you were breathing. So I ran. But you chased me with a horrific look on your face. It was clear you were trying to kill me. I ran into the biolab, but you caught up with me right away. We got into a struggle. You kicked me and sent me flying. I hit the back of my head and collapsed. I was barely conscious, unable to move, and there was someone in front of me. The killer was about to attack you. Oh, wait, sorry. The killer was about to attack you. I was trying to help. I'm afraid not. You're misremembering. Misremembering? You're the one who attacked me, Takumi. I'm certain of it. Then why didn't you tie him up? You are so responsible for this. Then someone in a black suit came to save me. They're both Takumi. He's Steins gating too.
No.
What are you talking about? They attacked you, and you lost consciousness, but you came to almost right away. You threw yourself at the person in the suit. The two of you broke through the window and hurtled toward the ground. I assume you remember what happened after that. She's right, I remember. I was grappling with that person in front of the wall of fire. Just in the nick of time, I kicked their leg as hard as I could. I took the power saw and ran after them, but then I lost them. The events of that day marked the moment I began to suspect you. He tried to kill you, and you didn't tie him up. There weren't any casualties at the time, so I couldn't be sure. But I had to consider the possibility you'd... I can't remember when we went and when they got the stupid bugs. You'd become host to a ghee. A host? Ghee, what are you even talking about? I doubt you remember. But the ghee are a parasitic organism we discovered in another timeline. Oh, I remember. It's a terrifying organism that gradually eats away at the host's body and eventually takes it over completely. What? But I had no proof you'd become infected, so I kept quiet. Eventually, though, we had our first casualty on day 25. That's when my suspicions grew stronger, so... You did nothing? Oh. While you were asleep, I ran a scan on your brain. When did you... You know what, forget it. What did you find? There wasn't a ghee inside. I thought I must have been wrong. But on day 43, Moko was killed, and once again I had a bad feeling. You being infected was the only explanation I could think of, so I checked your brain again. The second time, I still didn't find any ghee. Not only that, but Nozomi said she ran away from the killer with you. Reluctantly, I decided to put aside my suspicions for the moment. So that's why you were suddenly avoiding me and would sometimes seem like you had something to say. But when Kurara died on day 64, I started to suspect you again. Hiruko, you're really stupid, let me just say that.
No.
Did you check my brain again? Yes, very closely. And I learned something horrifying. Even though there was no actual ghee in your brain, the ghee's data was eroding it. Huh?
No.
Huh? I say, huh? Wait, what? My hypothesis is that you were infected with the ghee in another timeline. After that, you died as its host. And then your consciousness went back in time to day 2. When that happened, the ghee data in your brain went back to the past with you. Oh shit. The data went with me? It appears my hypothesis was correct in the end. You killed Nozomi right in front of me after all. That sucks. Time travel can't send physical matter back in time. The ghee itself no longer physically existed in your brain, but its cognitive data still remained. Stop it, stop it. Do you honestly expect me to believe any of this? Does that mean you killed Nozomi of your own free will? And the other 12? So is it saying that all of the Ato side routes, we've always been infected with ghee? Maybe we have to see what the murder mystery route's ending is. You didn't know it was happening. When the ghee awakens, your own consciousness vanishes. So it's like some kind of split personality? It must have happened this way because you're only infected with ghee data. If the entire organism was in you, your brain and body would have fallen under its control immediately. Once you knew I was infected, what did you do then? Naturally, I wanted to do something about it, but I didn't know how to cure you. I considered blowing your brains out and putting you in a revival magic, but... Your head already got smashed on day 43. Right. I remember Nozomi telling me that happened. But the murders still didn't stop. I knew destroying your brain was futile. Hiruko, you are the worst person ever. If you had any inkling at all, why didn't you put him in a room like you did Yugamu? The revival system must have perfectly recreated the brain data stored in its database. I went to the library to do some research to try to find another way to cure you. That's when I found out about a certain drug. A drug? It was possible that injecting you with it would remove the ghee data from your brain. So around dawn on day 67, I snuck into your room and administered the drug as you were sleeping. Is that why I didn't wake up for 3 days? Yes. The side effects of the drug I injected you with caused you to fall ill. I thought I'd finally restored your brain to normal. In order to be sure, I examined your brain again the day after you woke up, day 71, but... the ghee data was still there. What? I failed. The drug didn't work. Why? Why can't I get you out of Takumi? You latched onto him and killed our friends. How long do you plan to toy with us? Once again, I say, you could have locked him in a frickin' room, Hiruko!
とっとと消えなさいよこの虫けらが
Nice scream. Ooh! Oh, I love that look. That's beautiful.
さすがだわ、静原さん。
I love
そ
that
こま
look.
で調べ上げるなんて。
ようやく現れたわねギー。
ああ。
Would you like to hear what this filthy insect was up to while in control of Takumi? Only if you don't mind me sawing off your head with this power saw. You're too foolish to kill this man. The first one was Ava the prisoner. I killed her on day 25. Takumi took the power saw he stole from the visitor out of the metal shop. Visitor?
あ
After breaking down the door to the cage, I sliced her to ribbons. When I was done, I threw the power saw into the well of fire to hide it, but Takumi immediately found it and recovered it. I had no idea he was watching. And who is he exactly? The boy covered in flames. He was so confused and scared whenever he saw me controlling Takumi. But enough about that.
え
You and your little friends discovered the suit and helmet as well, correct? Shoma found them in the boys' bathroom. They definitely belonged to the person who came to save me in the biolab, didn't they? Yes. I believe the visitor was pursued by Takumi and forced to abandon them to move around faster. At any rate, you put them in the locker in the metal shop and Takumi set the combination, right?
え
Only he knew the combination. Or so you all thought. Takumi himself included. But you were looking too. That's why you knew how to open the locker. Precisely. The second person I killed was Moko Mojiro on day 43. When Moko, Nozomi, and Takumi were looking around the school at night, Takumi and Nozomi split up to look for Moko after she got separated. It was raining heavily when Takumi went outside, so we ended up completely soaked.
え
I awakened around that time. I took over and made for the metal shop. I took the suit, helmet, and power saw from the locker, and sought after my prey. I found Moko in the classroom on the first floor and killed her. She resisted, but not even she was a match for my power saw.
でも
But I was caught in the act by Nozomi, who managed to evade me.
だから
I gave chase, figuring I could kill her while I was at it, and wound up in the leisure lounge. Just when I almost had her, I was tackled and fell into the pool. Nozomi used that opening to get away. A little more and I would have had her. I took off the suit and helmet and abandoned them along with the power saw so I could get out. Of course. So that's why Yugamu found them in the pool. I returned to the school soaking wet. And that's where my memory ends. Takumi must have assumed he was wet from the rain, so he didn't realize what had actually happened.
そうよ
Indeed. After that, Takumi heard a scream, went running, and reunited with Nozomi.
確か
In panic, Nozomi told him about Moko's murder, and the two of them went to the classroom on the first floor, the scene of the crime. Takumi had no idea her death was at his own hands.
あ
The rest is exactly as Yugamu told you. He recovered the power saw and suit I'd abandoned and chased you around. A hedonistic pervert if I'd ever seen one. After he took your gear, you changed weapons, didn't you?
え
Starting with my third victim, Takamaru, I believe it was early on day 51.
あ
I awoke once again and obtained a replacement suit and weapon from the metal shop. A raincoat and a dagger. I took them, snuck into Takamaru's room, and turned him into a bloody mess. You should have seen the look on his face when he woke up to being sliced open with a dagger. Once I killed Takamaru, I washed my hands there and returned to Takumi's room like normal. And I hid the dagger and the raincoat behind the ceiling panel in the bathroom and went back to sleep. What about your fourth victim, Kurata? She was murdered at dawn on day 64.
あ
Yes, the day Yugamu chased her and Takumi while dressed as the killer. Takumi was cornered in front of the defense room on the third floor, with Yugamu holding the power saw over his head.
でも
Just then, I woke up, and Takumi lost consciousness. Satisfied after seeing the look of terror on Takumi's face, Yugamu turned and left. He was a real degenerate, that one. Just get on with it. You used Takumi's body to kill Kurata, right?
そうよ
Precisely. I took out the hidden dagger and raincoat and hunted down Kurata, who was hiding in the training room. She didn't even have enough time to cry or scream before I mercilessly sliced her to ribbons.
あ
I finished the deed and returned the raincoat and dagger to their hiding spot. Then back at the defense room door, I once again fell into a deep sleep. So that's why Takumi believed he passed out there in the whole time. My fifth was Shoma, who I killed on day 77. I simply killed him when I woke up again. Nothing worth talking about. Let me ask you one thing. Did you set fire in the gym on day 80? My timed incendiary device worked out nicely, didn't it? I knew you were behind it.
確か
When was it? Day 78. When Takumi went with Ima, Kako, and Dorumi to the metal shop. Around 2 p.m. I woke up and simply pretended to be Takumi.
Ah.
All of you were sleeping together in the gym, and I'd been just waiting for my chance. Ooh, I like that picture. I came up with a plan to secretly build a timed incendiary device to plant there. Of course, I came up with the cover story so the other 3 wouldn't suspect me, and worked on it by myself.
でも
But I struggled with the work. I couldn't finish the device that day. I had no choice but to continue into the next day, still pretending to be Takumi. I finally finished the device at 2 in the afternoon, 24 hours after I started. So you're saying Takumi's consciousness didn't return for over 24 hours?
そうよ
Yes, we didn't trade places at all during that time.
確か
I worked in a group with the twins and Dorumi the next day, day 79 as well. I hid the completed timed incendiary device with me, pretended to go to the bathroom, and headed for the gym.
でも
I planted the device in the vaulting box. Then went to find the rest of you. You were all in panic over seeing the killer.
あ
Obviously, the person in the suit wasn't me that time. Then it was this visitor you alluded to before.
だから
It doesn't really matter. I'd achieved what I set out to do, and went ahead with my original plan. I returned to the metal shop at 2:30 p.m. Nobody was there because of all the commotion over the killer. About an hour later, Takumi was awake again. Then Ima, Kako, and Dorumi came back. Takumi? What are you doing here? Takumi underwent mitosis?
えっと
Stop talking about me like I'm some amoeba. I've been here the whole time. I doubt it. We just saw you going up the stairs. While you were gone, there was a huge commotion because the killer showed up again. We tried to catch them, but they got away. Everyone's still searching as we speak. We literally just talked to you. You don't remember? You told us we were in danger because the killer was around again, but then you went off on your own. Oh, it's only natural that Takumi was confused. He'd never have imagined he'd spent the last 25 hours and 30 minutes unconscious.
あ
As planned, I activated the incendiary device I'd planted the evening on day 80. You all scattered and ran, and Takumi ended up with Dorumi.
確か
Yugamu pretended to be the killer again and chased them. Then they got separated.
でも
Takumi acted as the decoy and managed to get away from Yugamu, but unfortunately for him, I awoke once again. And so your 6th victim was Dorumi.
そうよ
I got the raincoat and dagger from my room and hunted down Dorumi in the leisure lounge. I tore her apart, and then threw what was left of her in the pool. That girl. Oh, she seemed to enjoy it. Oh, she was a real strange one. Enough commentary. What about numbers 7 and 8? Ima and Kako.
え
Oh, that's simple. Takumi was working with them on day 83. Once they left the metal shop, my consciousness awoke.
あ
As usual, I got the raincoat and dagger out of my room and attacked them in the biolab.
確か
Come to think of it, the 2 of them seemed to be suspicious of Takumi as well. They were trying to catch him, but it was too little too late. Once it was done, I hid the raincoat and dagger in my room again and went back to the metal shop like nothing had happened.
え
Takumi's consciousness came back straight away. Naturally, he wasn't any the wiser about what had happened.
あ
As you're aware, the 9th person I killed was Gaku.
確か
Gaku's fault for all of this. Day 89, after Yugami was caught, you agreed that Gaku would take the suit and power saw to hide them somewhere. When I woke up on the night of day 90, it seemed like the perfect opportunity to get them back and kill Gaku while I was at it.
だから
I got the raincoat and dagger as always and visited his room. I threatened him with the dagger and demanded he show me where the suit and power saw were hidden. He led me to the library. They were hidden behind the bookshelf. Finally, I had my equipment back. Just when I was about to take them, Gaku suddenly tried to resist. I dropped my dagger onto the floor during the struggle.
だから
But when it was over, I had the power saw. I relentlessly sliced him up with it, making sure to hit every last vital spot. Once I was sure he was dead, I immediately went back to Takumi's room. I hid everything in the bathroom ceiling and went to sleep. After that, I was able to use the power saw for my kills again. I'm aware you used it on your 10th victim, Yugamu. Your reasoning skills are impressive, Hiruko. You're the most brilliant imbecile of them all. True?
そうよ
The night of day 92, I woke up, put on the suit, grabbed the power saw, and went after Yugamu. The power saw made short work of the door to the room he was being held in. I listened to his bones snap as they were torn apart by the spinning blades. I checked that he was fully dead and returned to my room, careful not to be seen. Once again, I hid everything in the bathroom and went to sleep. Then came number 11, Yoshika, who I killed on day 94 after a little bit of extra legwork. You put slow-acting sleep medicine in the water cooler the day before. You figured that out? If you were my host, I could kill so many people.
そうよ
After the defensive battle on day 93, I took over and slipped the meds into the water supply. I maintained control right through until nightfall. Then I broke down Kirshka's door and killed her as she slept. Of course, the rest of you slept soundly until morning thanks to the drugs. Number 12, Tsubasa hardly bears mentioning. On day 97, I woke up in Takumi's room and grabbed the power saw as usual. I set my sights on Tsubasa as she worked alone in the metal shop and ended her life. Despite the circumstances, she just kept on tinkering with her little project. She was practically begging for it, and I was happy to oblige. You don't need me to explain the 13th victim, Nozomi. So are there any other questions? Why did you kill everyone on different days? I'd have thought you were more than capable of taking us all out at once.
私が目覚めるタイミングはね予測が不可能なのいつも発作的なのよだから私が目覚めた時の状況に合わせてバラバラに殺すしかなかったそれに誰かを殺してる間に隅の本人が目覚めちゃったら面倒なことになるでしょその時々で意識の交代ができそうな時間に合わせて動いてただけ
じゃあわざとではなかったってこと
殺人を楽しんでたのもあるわね誰をいつどうやって殺してやろうかって
I didn't realize this ghee had like this much of a personality.
あんたたちが一人ずつ減っていくのも隅の本人が気づかずに絶望していたのもあなたが私にうすうす気づきながら隅野のために苦悩してる姿もすべて楽しかっただから一斉に殺すなんてもったいないでしょ
I didn't realize the ghee bug was like a vicious killer. I enjoyed it so much. I have one last thing to ask. It's about day 16 in the biolab, when you almost killed me. That mysterious person in the suit who suddenly showed up. The one who kicked you away and saved me. Who was that exactly? You mean the visitor? Surely that finely tuned intuition of yours has already worked it out. Don't tell me. Takumi? Real Takumi? Real Takumi? From a different timeline? Are we we're like Steins gating all the things here.
スミノ戻ったの？
静原、どうして今まで黙ってたんだ。
I agree.
だってみんなに知られたらあなたはきっと殺されてしまう。
No, they would have locked him up.
だから私には言えなかったの。それだけはどうしても。
それでも
Yeah.
俺にも言ってくれなかったのか。
Really stupid.
きっと結果は同じよ。あなたは自責の念に駆られて自ら命を絶つことを選ぶはずだわ。
No.
私知ってるのよ。あなたがそういう人だってこと。間もなく全方位攻撃が始まるわ。発射されたら地上の生物は全て死滅する。脱出ポットに乗らなければ私たちも。
静原、最後に頼みがある。脱出ポットにはお前一人で乗ってくれないか。
スミノ。
俺の脳はギーの意識データに侵食されてるんだろう。
I'm really curious if this is just so if she's saying that we killed Sire, which was like right when we came back after killing Eito, does that mean that the ghee has only infected us in these timelines, like the Eito dead timelines, or did it, which means my theory of how we're like jumping world lines but don't have reading Steiner might be correct. Right? Like, Takumi is actually experiencing all these things, but he only remembers the original one. That's the only way that it makes sense.
取り除く方法もわからないなら生き残ったって意味がない。だから
分かってたわ。あなたならそう言うって。でも大丈夫。私はあなたを一人にしない。最後まで隣にいるから。
お前まさか。バカやめろ。お前だけでも早く脱出ポットに乗り込んで。
無理よ。もう手遅れなの。全方位攻撃はあと2秒後に開始されるもの。
Well, damn. Aw. Hiruko, please don't cry anymore. If we get to meet again, I promise next time. I don't feel the Hiruko romance. I don't feel it. I loved Tsubasa's. It was so good. This one, she avoided me most of the route. She avoided me most. She is complacent with everybody being dead. If she had even a tiny little bit of suspicion, why would she not lock him up in a room? Or tell him? Alright, I know this has been a long episode. Goodbye, Kiss. But I want to see what happens if we chase after Hiruko. We probably don't get that whole explanation. We probably just, like, are evil, right? Oh, wait. My controller is different for some reason. I don't know why it is freaking backwards. We have to go back a little bit. Also, I have no idea if finishing all of these will unlock the murder mystery route or if that's somewhere else. I don't know. Honestly, Hiruko might just whoop our butt. No, don't kill her. Get away from Hiruko. No matter how hard I resisted, my body didn't budge an inch. I lost all control over it.
Huh?
You're not Takumi, where are you? Where did you get to his body? Stop. Stop. Get away from her. Yeah, we don't get that. We probably just get Nozomi, like, killing us or something. Oh, man. This is lasting a while. And now, in this ending, Hiruko, you did this to yourself because you didn't speak. I stared blankly at the devastation in front of me. Hiruko's blood felt warm running down my body. I killed her? And now Nozomi's just gonna, like, kill him or something. I could see a fire extinguisher in front of me. In my haze, I realized it had been thrown at me.
Sumino-kun.
Oh, she's gonna murder us. Go, Nozomi! Ooh, look at that face! I managed to look up and saw Nozomi looking down on me, holding the power saw.
ひどいよこんなの。信じてたのに。
No, that's not it, Nozomi. It was against my will. Try as I did to scream, no words came out. All I could do was look up at her.
あなたがみんなを殺したんだ。私たちをずっと騙しながら。
No, you have to listen to me, Nozomi.
あなたがみんなを。
Bye-bye. I kind of figured that would happen. I actually thought Hiruko would put more of a fight. Wow. I felt blood streaming out of the wounds opened by Oisa. Where did I go wrong? Somebody tell me. Hiruko. Okay. I think the previous choice was further back, so we might do that a different day. Let me see. Yeah, woo. I think this is... Wait. Reach story lock 2. I don't even know what that means. Story lock 2. Well, we'll finish all of these, and then we'll go back and see if that works. Okay, yes. Okay, so this might end up being longer, so we'll do that a different day. Let me just double check. I think that's the only other choice we had, and then we'll be done with the slasher route. Which actually revealed quite a bit. Basically, it revealed that Takumi is like line jumping or something. Takumi's consciousness is line jumping, but he doesn't have reading Steiner like Okabe does, and so he can't remember it. But basically, when we go this way, at least when we go this way, it might be when Eito's alive too, but at least when we go Eito's dead route from day 2, he is infected with the ghee. So that would make sense with all the days lost. But we didn't become like a killer in this route. And the murder mystery route, we saw somebody impersonating Karua. So I mean, like, we may have passed out, but I don't know if the ghee did anything. And I know there was some days that we like lost memories and like we were moving on our own and stuff, which could have been the ghee. But they never did anything like violent, I don't think. But I mean, because like for the murder mystery route, we saw Karua's dead body and we saw Karua, or whoever was impersonating Karua, walk out. So that's what makes me think that that one's not Takumi. Even though I would have loved it. And I'm very happy that it was Takumi, and I'm happy that I was right about the ghee. This is such an interesting game. This is so interesting. Can you imagine, like, this would be so confusing if we didn't do the zombie route first. Like, we did the zombie route first. So we saw the alien infect us. And so this makes, like, a lot of sense, but then it'd be like, well, it is like all the pieces are, like, connecting. Some things still don't make sense. Like, if the ghee was infected, if we were infected with the ghee in all of these routes, then why, like, in the killing game route, did we not, you know, kill anybody or, like, have the murderous intent or whatever? And why in the murder mystery route? It could still be us in the murder mystery route. Like, it really could. But I think that it's, I mean, we saw Karua walk away from that. You know what I mean? We saw it with our own eyes. So, and we saw Karua's dead body. And it's somebody trying to, like, get the code, which could be the ghee. But we, like I said, we saw another Karua body walk out of the thing. So it's not like we're like that makes so that's the only thing. It's like if the ghee is infected in us in all of these timelines, like why is this the only route that it's like going? And even in the yeah. Okay. Anyways, unless yeah. Because we would have had it to have it, because if we killed Sire on day 2, that's before we made any choice in the Eito dead route. I'm also, when we do the Eito alive route, by the way, I'm going to go in with the idea that we do not have the ghee in our brain, because it's from the zombie route, right? So it could be this entire side. I don't know. Or we're jumping consciousness. Our consciousness is jumping in and experiencing all of these. If that's the case, then we are screwed and we have a ghee in our brain, which sucks. I don't like the thought of an alien in our... Well, it's not in our brain anymore, which is less disgusting. It's just... me, programming us. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. This was awesome. We'll do the rest of this next time. And if we can't do the murder mystery route, we are finally moving on to Eito alive. We haven't seen that man in a long time. I miss him. I miss his crazy butt. All right. Thank you, as always, for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, my lovely bunny friends, and I will see you next time. Johnny!